Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been a minute since we posted, and we're back with some live action. We're going to be checking out the truck here, doing a leak down compression test. We're also going to whistle this motor and see what the compression is. And then we're going to head over, we're going to make some custom parts for this thing so we can make some big power with the new blower. Stay tuned. Alright, so to make way for that new LB20 blower, we went ahead and cut the firewall, the cowl, whatever you want to call it, got the pieces over on the floor over there. So now we got to hope that that's enough room to fit this in. This oil line may be an issue. You can always move that. That's going to the mechanical gauge. Let's go ahead and grab that blower and see if it fits.
Crunchy.
Oh.
Ow, I ran into the drawer.
Oh man, so close. Awesome. Okay, well, might have to do a little finessing up here. We don't want that close, but it's on. Oil line will still work. We just need to change over the snout in the front here. Boy, that thing's a big old girl. Okay, well, let's go ahead and we'll trim that up some more, figure out which snout we need to run on the front of this, and then we need to pull the intake off because we're going to take it over to my brother's shop and start working on our ideas of port injection and blower injection. So first thing first, we're going to take all the plugs out, which Jason's just wrapping up now. Went ahead and took that new blower off there. I had that all taped off when I was cutting out the cowl up there. And first, what do we do first? Leak down?
I don't care.
Leak down or compression. Main concern was, as we said before, number 6 cylinder on this passenger side here. We were just worried that with that glowing red. I don't think there's any concern of anything, but before we go to all the extreme of doing all this, rushing for November 20th and possible November 12th dyno session somewhere, we want to make sure that the engine is good and healthy. So let's start by doing that. We'll get out either compression tester or leak down tester, which we have right here, and let's test it out and see what we got. All right, so we've done a compression test on everything. Looking good there, right around 152, 153 on compression. Doing a leak down, got the driver's side down. Going to the passenger side, and we're on number 6, the one that was...
Spin on this, I can't get it in.
Jason's having a hard time getting that threaded in there. But this is going to tell us if that number 6 is good, bad, ugly, I don't know. We'll hope for the best here. Crank it over, get it at top dead center. We're just kind of guessing right now, getting as close as we can. We're just bumping it with the starter and stuff, but... spit on it a little bit. What'd you do? Spit all over the valve cover?
Motor mount.
Oh boy. Alright, we'll get that threaded in and check it here in just a moment. Alright, so now if you're not familiar with this, just hook this up to the cylinder, supply it with air. We're running them all at 100 psi, and the right gauge will show us either good news or bad news. Looking good.
Good enough for who it's for.
About 12% leak down on that, and you're supposed to run this when the engine's hot, but obviously with the blower and stuff off of it, that's not going to happen. We have one cylinder that's a little bit higher than that, but I just don't think we quite got it at top dead center on that cylinder. So we'll check the last one and then we'll go on from there. Good news though. Alright, so finished the leak down, everything was good. We went back and checked number 7 again. We may just not be quite getting it on top dead center for that cylinder. But that's all right, we'll check that. It's nothing serious. Now we're gonna check with the whistle, they call it, whistler. And we can whistle the motor, and this will tell us what our compression ratio is. This motor originally was set up for a class that was, what was it? 8.5 to 1. They could run for a max. And we're definitely probably under that quite a bit. If Jason can figure this out here.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's been a while since I've used this. So we've got to set up a few things like cubic inch of the motor, what the room temperature is and things like that. Which is pretty cold in here right now, 58 degrees, so.
It is?
Yep. So what's this doing here?
Telling us how far we're off, so it's like 12.8. So if this is like supposed to be 13, it's really 12.7 or whatever. See?
Okay, so this is a calibration tool. It says that we should be at 13, and it's actually testing 12.7, 12.8, bouncing around there. So we'll say 12.7. So we're off 0.3. So now if we hook this up to our number one cylinder, whatever it reads, we're going to be off 0.3. Run this up to our 522 cubic inch. Hopefully it goes high enough.
Probably not.
Alright, so he's getting the little adapter piece so the hose can hook up, screwed in there. Guesses, Jason? What are you guessing?
7.5.
7.5. We went from dome pistons to flat top, so it's probably not going to be good. So that's one reason we're down on power from our previous dyno pull. I don't know. I think I'm going to go a little bit higher. I'll go 7-8 to 1.
Ooh.
Oh, we're a little higher than we thought. So actually we're about 8.2 then, if we take off that 0.3. So
No, we'd be 8.5. Or 8.8. Really on paper. Or whatever.
oh, we got to add 3
You
to
gotta
it
add.
because we were down 3. Okay, yep.
So
8.8. Wow. Okay, well we were a point low. That's good news, I guess. I was thinking we'd be way down. So maybe the previous people were had a little extra compression in that class. That's all right. That's all right. So 8.8 to 1. That's what it whistles at. That's what we're gonna go with. So I think tomorrow we'll be over at my brother's shop and working on the CNC parts. We'll show you what we got in store for this thing. It's gonna be pretty sweet. Hopefully we can get it all done. All right, here we go. This is the passenger side lower rail. See how good Adam is at programming. We got one sample. These are prototypes, so there might be some flaws in them. But all right, so we made it over here to my brother's shop, and I just want to give you a progress update. I'll put in some time lapse here and show you what we got going. But this was the first process, which was milling it from the bottom side. So we've got the contour around here, we've got the holes drilled, and I'll explain what all this is when we get to the finished product. It'll all make sense. And then here, we flipped one of them over, bolted it to this piece of aluminum here, and then we started making our step down, and I'll show you a CAD model of what this is going to look like in the end, but we just did a rough step down, so we're going to come in with a ball mill and finish all this off, contour the top. So that'll be the next step in this process. I programmed this on a computer. I've never ever done any type of CNC modeling before. I found a program. I drew this up in SolidWorks myself, so maybe that's mistake number one, but I try to be as versatile as I can. I love doing stuff myself, so I drew this up myself in SolidWorks, dreamed it all up in my head, drew it up. Then we came here and I found a program to write it for the Haas CNC here, so we did that. Well, I had a few issues with one. Obviously the cutter is only so deep here, and I didn't take that into consideration. Luckily, my brother stopped me and said, hey, how deep is the flute? And I was going to actually mill all this the rest of the way down, and it would have been a no bueno situation. So we would have had some issues there. But we made it work. I know what to do for the next one. And then we need to set up a few more drill bits in here. We've got a few tools going right now. We need to set up a few more, and when he gets here, he can fire this up. I'll let him handle this side of things. I'll do the programming side, and we'll fire it up. And I'll get you a time lapse of this one being completed from, well, not start to finish, but from the top side down. So real quick, I'll just show the CAD model here of what we're trying to make. So I guess I can explain better here, but these larger holes here, which are 8 of them, those are going to be, this is the lower rail for the fuel injection system. This is going to bolt to the blower, studs, driver and passenger are different. We're going to have 8 injectors on each side. The middle hole and these holes on each end are for bolting the top and bottom rail together. And then on the side here, we've got 4 ports, which are going to the 2 injectors in the center and the 2 between these ears. Those are going to 90-degree up and run injection to the hat and to the back of the blower. And then on the bottom of the model, which is for each one of these injectors on each ear, is actually going to be threaded with an 1/8 inch NPT along with these. And that is going to run directly down to each runner of the blower, or the manifold, excuse me. So that's that, and this is what I have like here. I guess this kind of shows what the contours are going to cut as far as the CNC. Again, first time I've ever ran this, so I'm running into some issues, some things that I am trying to learn, but we're getting there. It's all a learning process. It's new to us, new to me anyways, but you know what? We're making it work, and we're making parts, and it's going to be awesome. So let's continue from there. Well, I lied, guys. What ended up happening there was as we were cutting the part, the monitor of the CNC started going out. It's been a little flaky lately. It's an old CRT. Started going out. We started tapping on it a bit. Came back, and well, that was about the end of it. Monitor went out. Actually, the program did fail. It alarmed out on something. Couldn't see what it was, and we're ordering a new monitor. Well, that sucks. But at this point, we have the death trap here. That's a motor, or the intake only. Need to drain the coolant. We'll get the antifreeze out of there. That way we can pull the intake off. Drill the holes for the runner, injectors. I've got all kinds of stuff coming. So the next video, the monitor should be here Friday, I believe. We'll get that installed. We'll get back over there, finish up those fuel rails so we can show you the final product then. And yeah, drill the holes in the intake, start making some lines. Got a fuel system coming, new fuel tank. We got to pull the box, get the original tank out. Got all kinds of stuff coming. And I also ordered all kinds of new safety gear for myself, being we're going to be going methanol now. So we got all that stuff in the works as well. November 20th, I do want to let you know, November 12th, which is what, 2.5 weeks away, we're going to Steve Morris Race Engines for a hub dyno session. So that's going to be awesome. Hopefully he can help us get this thing dialed in. We don't know EFI that well, so with having 16 injectors now, we're definitely going to need some help on this one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Appreciate everyone coming back and watching the videos. We'll see you guys in the next one.